And we're live. Hello, hello, hello. It is Kristen Nicole Mann, and I am back with another live. And today we are talking about something extremely important. So I want you to tune in and really enjoy this conversation. Um, it might not be enjoyable to a few people, but I'm just making sure we're live first. And all right, so we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. TikTok is now on the chopping block. I watch my words. TikTok is now on the chopping block. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because we are in a evolution of what it means to use social media and things like YouTube and other various ways to express ourselves, and it's an evolution of what's going on. As you know, there are certain people that have made a life style or created a lifestyle out of sharing their stories through platforms like TikTok, um, even with YouTube. And right now, we as creators really need to think about where we're sharing our stories and how we're sharing our stories. And I wanted to just say, like, just because one space has been on the chopping block to end doesn't mean that you have to stop your full on creativity. Unfortunately, you might have to pivot. It is a pivoting type of season. It's a pivoting type of year because, some of this stuff, as we see watching, is not going to be available later on. So today, I really wanted to kind of give you some encouragement and tell you what I've been doing, and wanted you to hear something if nobody is not talking about it on your timeline or on their YouTube channels, because this is important, especially if you are a storyteller, if you are creative, if you want to start doing that. You have to pay attention to what is happening. Like I said, it doesn't mean you cannot pivot to other platforms, but I strongly encourage you to start your YouTube channel. If you want to content create, start your YouTube channel like today. Also, within an entrepreneurship class that I have taken time and time again, the mentor of that class has always encouraged us to build email lists. And I'm specifically speaking to people that take this serious, not like, people that don't really want nothing to do with social media, because that's fine too. It's not for everyone, but you can create a stream of income with TikTok, with YouTube, with Facebook, with Instagram. All these, there's ways. So if you are into that, that's who I'm talking to. So, and if you are a Black woman, I extremely encourage you to start a channel. But let's get started. I'm just going to give you three um, reasons on why you should start your YouTube channel. And let me pull it up. Not necessarily going to be on my video, but I hope all is well. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Kristen Nicole Mann. I help Black women find their authenticity through all things creative. That's writing, painting, thinking, critical thinking, all of the things. So, but today I wanted to talk about something else, but I'll probably come back and talk about that later. But that topic is kind of controversial. So we're going to get started with this one though. So the first reason you and sharing your story is important, and how this TikTok ban really affects you, is that Sharing our stories through social media can be a powerful way to connect with others, express ourselves, and create a sense of community. So the people that have taken a liking to TikTok specifically, their community is under it's threatened right now if they have not built their email list, or if they have not branched out to other social media platforms. So the reasons why you're using social media, if you want to make it a business or an income, it's like you have to really take time. And I've done this myself, like map out why exactly you're on social media. Some people are on social media for drama purposes. Some people are on social media for, monitoring people's life and all the great things that they want to see people doing. And then there's some that are on about sharing their experiences, their stories, to create. Like people like to go live and show what they have created. They like to go live and give information. And TikTok, honestly, is very instrumental when you go live on there. And then when you, share, they have a whole shop experience. So it's hindering a lot of people's income if they chose to do that. Now, again, there's ways to pivot. And this is what I kind of want to get people like start thinking about where else you can be and how you can take that same strategy and maybe go on Instagram, maybe go on Facebook. Please do not knock Facebook. I'm telling you, Facebook, if you don't know the comedian Country Wayne, Facebook has made this man a lot of money. Because first he created a community. So I look at my Facebook platform as like a community, like a homegrown grassroots community, all organic, all sharing, things that I love. It didn't always start out like that, but me being the creative person that I am, it just naturally blossomed into that. So you want to use social media to be, have it as a tool to connect with others. The next thing I want to make sure that you're aware of is I'm putting these all so I can bring them up on the screen. So, secondly, sharing our stories on social media can be empowering. By opening up about our struggles, triumphs, and everyday moments, we can break down barriers and stigma around surrounding certain topics. So, my first, to give a backstory, my first YouTube video was actually about me going to get an abortion. Yeah, that was my first YouTube. So God kind of like ripped the rug from under me. It was like, look, you're going to go all in and share your experience, this experience that so many people have had, but they are afraid to speak about it, afraid to share their emotions. And when I look back on that video, I'm like, kind of like, I look afraid. I look like a little like mouse or something, but it really helped me break the mold of talking and sharing my experiences. I like to share that I'm not perfect. I think a lot more people need to see that across these platforms. And the reason why TikTok being banned is like such a detrimental thing is because so many people show up not in this perfect image, in this created world or curated world. Like they're really out here showing and sharing some important information. So if you are a person that wants to continue to do that, it doesn't have to stop after your TikTok channel has been gotten rid of. It doesn't have to stop. You can still keep going, but you just can keep going on a YouTube channel. Really, I mean, I love it over there. I have built a lot of subscribers in a short time period, and it's really not about the numbers. It's about more so like how much more can your story be shared amongst people. That's what it's really about for me. So you want to, going back to the second point, you want to open up about your struggles. And some of, you know what, some of the sharing that I've done has actually booked me for better opportunities, like, you know, to share it in front of other people offline. So that is the strategy. Like, you sharing your story, somebody, anybody could look at it and want to invite you to their space for you to share it in front of people. And then why not get paid doing it? And even if it's not a paid gig, it's still getting out there. You know, I always encourage on my past episodes, like, write a book. This is critical now. This is critical now. There's ways to still share our voice. They haven't shut us up completely yet, but it looks like it's going to that point. So we want to really critically think about how we're going to use our voices future wise, because our voices are under attack. That's how I look at it. There's still light at the end of the tunnel, but our voices are under attack. So the last thing is, sharing our stories through social media can be a way to document our lives and preserve memories. So I take my social media platform serious. Like, there is a way to collect and gather things that has happened over the years with your children. If you don't have children, just your travels, just like where you was at. Like, sometimes it's not always good to look back, but sometimes I look back at how much growth has happened or taken place within my life, and it really helps me to not be so down on myself, or not be so critical of my growth that I think that I haven't had. So when you look back, you're like, wow, I really came from a long way. And you could start sharing that as your story. But yes, it's a way to document. One of the good examples of this was, and I know everybody has canceled Kanye, but Kanye put together a documentary either in 2000, I think it was 2022. Yeah, I think it was 2022. He put together a documentary that was on Netflix, and he pretty much documented his whole um process of becoming the best producer, becoming a rapper, his whole journey. Like, his mom was in there. And these are some of the things that we could do in an independent, smaller scale level of documenting our experiences and really sharing it in a way of helping others, because that's what I always try to keep in the forefront. Although people get a little bit spicy on social media, you know, they don't like everything that you say. They don't like how you say it. They don't like where you say it. It's a whole thing. But I think sometimes people take away from themselves by not sharing, because they are afraid of these computer bullies. And this is not, you know, popular content anyway. People still like drama. If I was to get on here and have a whole bunch of, you know, curse words in my title and saying, you know, FUCK, TikTok, more people would probably be on here. But this is just something, again, to encourage you to start that YouTube channel, especially if you are a Black woman. You know, there are so many things that we don't get the pleasure to see others share, when it comes to makeup, when it comes to skincare, all these, you know, wellness type of things. Like, more of Black women need to step up and share, you know, what they do, or how they maneuver through life, or how they maneuver through motherhood, because there's room for all of us. Really, there's room for all of us. So like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel. It is under Kristen Nicole Mann. And I do have a email list that I will link to the comment section and the YouTube description so that you can sign up for that. I have a monthly newsletter that I share, and I'm excited. I'm still excited for the future. So I will talk to you all later. Have a good, I was about to say night, afternoon, and I'll see you tonight. Okay? Bye.